Good morning. It's a good day here in Brazil, and it's a good day to be thinking about Jesus. I woke up this morning thinking about two passages of Scripture. One is in John chapter 8, where a woman was taken in adultery. She was committing a sin of adultery, and some men found her and took her to Jesus to condemn her. The other is in Matthew chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus tells us that in order to be sons of our Father in heaven, we need to love our enemies like he loves even his enemies. And he says that he sends the rain and the sun over all people every day because he loves all of us. And that we should do the same to be sons of the Father. You know, it's hard for us to understand how that our theology and our love need to be perfect. You can't just have a perfect theology and perfect love. Perfect love and perfect theology should work together. Where you find perfect love, you should find a perfect theology. Where you find a perfect theology, you should find a perfect love. Only in Jesus can we see this. And in that story in John chapter 8, I think we can see it. It's really not easy to see. It's not easy to live. But the men bring Jesus, this woman, and in their hands they bring the stones ready to condemn her to death because she has committed a grave sin. So Jesus stays very quiet, and then he says, whichever one of you has no sin, throw the first stone. Well, beginning from the oldest who knew they had sinned, better than the younger, they began to leave. And so then Jesus looks at her and he said, where are your accusers? And she says, they're gone. So Jesus is left with her now. And he matches his theology with love. He says, go and sin no more. That's theology. And then he says, I don't condemn you. Because he knew that he would pay the price for her sin. It wasn't like he was ignoring his theology. In Jesus, we can see the perfection of theology because he knew the Father. And we can see the perfection of love. And here's kind of what the Lord said to me this morning about me, about Bud McCord. He said to me, Bud, don't let your theology allow you to love less. He also said, don't throw your theology away. But don't let your love be so intense that you lose your theology. You need to know God, Bud. And you need to know love. So here's where I ended up. Perfect love and perfect theology walk hand in hand. And I can only do that if I stay focused on Jesus. Because just that thought alone makes me know without him, I can do nothing. I hope you have a great day. It might be good to read Matthew 5 and John 8 again. God bless you.